Hey guys, how's it going? It's Ryan. That I would adjust you guys both in a little web video since I got a new laptop and it actually has a built-in webcam. So I can actually put something on YouTube for once, and it's kind of my first time, so if it's a little wacky, that's cool. You might see me looking off of this way because I actually am dual screening right now and I have talking points so I can remember what I'm gonna say. So here we go. It's been a while since I've both seen you. Zach, I think I saw you. Damn, when did I see you last time? Was it last year? Yeah. Was it last year? Yeah, it was last year when you were living in that apartment with Sarah. And I mean, I think you're pretty much caught up on everything that's happened. But when it comes to Bobby, though, God, I haven't talked to you, Bobby, in years. Well, not years. I haven't seen you in years, but I've talked to you like here and there. So this is kind of more for getting you caught up and then kind of getting both of you guys on the same page and again just to get this whole webcam thing figured out and see if it suck at this or not. Anyway, life events, I guess. School update. I'm about done with school. When I say about, I mean about 2 years. Doesn't sound like almost done, but when you've been playing this game for 4 years, 2 years seems like nothing at all. I used to be an elementary education major, but I went to English, which is where I should have been from day one. And I decided to go ahead and see what I can do with that for education. The I don't know. I mean, it was something with education. It started great, and I liked it, but then it just kind of petered off, and then I kind of started looking at the standardized testing thing, and it's like I would have to just live with it. I didn't like that at all. Hold on, there you go. So it's not very it just didn't seem very fun to me anymore. So I just kind of went to just major English and then maybe a minor in education. So I still have to do some education stuff, but not as much as if it was my major. Uh, I guess one of the big things was, and Zach, you probably know this, but Bobby, I don't know if I told you about this. Like a year and a half ago, I believe, I had some really bad stomach ulcers, and I lost like 15 pounds in 2 months, and I was on like two different kinds of antibiotics, two different kinds of acid blockers. It was a mess. I was a wreck. That's pretty much all there was to it. I was, like I said, 15 pounds. I mean, just 15 pounds is a lot. And I mean, that happens when your diet can only consist of like applesauce, water, toast, soups. I mean, you really can't eat anything solid when you got those things going because it just, the acid comes up and it irritates your ulcer. And then you start doing things like throwing up, and it's nasty. Don't ever do it. And if you have any signs of stomach ulcers at all, like such as heartburn, anything like that, get it checked out because it's not worth the pain. I think it took me about a half a year to get over it. So it was pretty hard, probably the most pain I've ever felt. What's going on now? Well, like I said, 2 years left in school. I changed my major. I am living with my girlfriend right now too. We got this apartment back in August, and you're gonna hate me when I tell you how much the rent is, but it's a two-bedroom, two-bath. And this is kind of like my man cave, as you can probably by the wow, my thing just glitched. Okay, anyway, it's the man cave, as you can probably tell by the James Bond posters behind me.
But yeah, so far so good, I have to say. We're doing all right. I mean, we get on each other's nerves. We're both very different people, but we're also kind of this kind of odd how similar we are sometimes. But we get along, and I mean, that's more than a lot of people can say. Um, if you looked at Facebook lately, if you have with mine for the past maybe year, you've probably noticed that About Guns has popped up. I started getting into these things around July. Well, it's actually been about 2 years now, but around July is when I bought my first one ever. And I just wanted to show you two of my favorite ones that I have, and then we won't get too much on that because I don't know how straight you guys are in it. So the first one, a little holster here. And I'm actually going to be looking at my screen, so if it looks like I'm looking down. But this first one right here, always make sure it's unloaded, of course. So, empty magazine. a few more times. Empty chamber. Point it down. The cock. There we go. So, this is a P64. It's made in Poland. This one is dated, it's on the other side, 1976. The caliber is 9x18 Makarov, which I can show you. Let me go ahead and put this down back here. It's this thing right here. This is the kind of round it shoots. This one is a hollow point, as you can probably see. It's a self-defense round, pretty much. A 9x18 Makarov is somewhere between a 380 auto and a 9mm Luger. And 380 auto measures 9x17, and the 9mm Luger measures 9x19. So, there's pistol number one. And I have two rifles from, well, one of them's from World War II era, the other one's from the year 1952. And the 1952 one is also Polish, and the one from World War II is actually Russian. So I'm going to actually move on to the second pistol, though. And I can, if you want me to show you those in another video, if you really want to see another video, I can do that for you. But second one. Always again, check if it's unloaded. Empty magazine. Yep. Check the chamber. Empty chamber. Decock. Alright, looks like we're good. This is an FN Herstal FNP. FN has been around for a while, but the FN Herstal is kind of like, almost kind of like the American branch of the company. This gun is manufactured in the USA. This light right here, it's a tactical light. I'll show you. See? This actually, the light was made by Glock, which also is pretty damn famous for their pistols, but they make a pretty decent entry-level tactical light. And since, I'm going to show you a little cool thing, this right here is an accessory rail kind of on the side. Pretty universal, and this Glock light's pretty universal, so you just slide it. It's supposed to be easier. There we go. Like that. And now you have a light. Anyway, this guy caliber is 9x19, which is also 9mm Luger. This one was pretty expensive. This one actually cost me $465, and I know that sounds like a lot, but it's actually, to me, it's well worth it. It's 16 rounds to a magazine, as opposed to the P64 earlier, which was only 6 rounds. And I'll show you that round real quick that this FN9 shoots, or FNP9, I should say. If this stupid light would get on the accessory rail. There we go. Alright. I have one in the magazine. I actually do have a loaded magazine. This is kind of my not self-defense gun. It's my home defense gun. But just, it sits by my bed, and just in case somebody decides to break in and wants to do me or my girlfriend harm, it's there to use if necessary. Now, obviously, this is Boise, and not a lot of it happens. And if a lot of it does happen, it happens in the old North End Historical District area, which coincidentally costs a lot more money to live in than the area I live in. But you should never ever put it past people. It doesn't sound, that's, people say it's paranoid, but it's just, it's humans, you know. It's, I guess, just the way it is, unfortunately. It's not that I don't trust everybody. It's just that it's kind of a just in case thing. I just want to protect myself. I want to protect my girlfriend. I just want people to be safe. And if it comes down to that, then that's what it comes down to. And of course, you always have to take full responsibility for your actions. And of course, I'm ready to do that as well. Anyway, 9mm Luger, this thing right here. I'll do this. 9x19. Hollow point as well. Again, defense round. 16 rounds to a magazine, I said earlier. And this is the fun part with these magazines, is when you get to round 16, it's a pain to get in there. And people buy speed loaders for these, and I'm just like, just tough it up, dude. Just do it. It's not that hard. Anyway, I'm going to put this down. Alright, I'm pretty sure my next one is the whole knife thing. And actually, I did forget something. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back.